Toth. I am an A10 with actives and so excited to be here tonight. I've been away for a little bit, running, going crazy, and I'm so happy to be back. So I hope everybody else is doing great. I hear wonderful news and wonderful things for each and every one of you, and also for the company. So you couldn't ask for anything better than what we have with actives, and that's just plain simple. Been there, done that, done other things, and once you start hearing these testimonials, there's no going back to anything else. And then you pass the testimonials and you get to our comp plan, and oh my goodness, it's amazing. So let's go on and get started. I'm going to tell you my testimonial after my special guest tonight speaks. So my special guest tonight is CEO of The Edible Scroll, Deanna Misko. And I've known Deanna for a couple of years now, and she has started this great business, but the only way she could start it was to be on linked with active. So I'm going to turn it over to Deanna. Deanna is going to tell us a couple of stories, I think, herself, and maybe another one, and then she'll pass it back to me, and I'll tell you mine. Deanna, all yours.
Hi, my name is Deanna, and I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. I have known Karen for quite a bit more years than 2 years, but when I first met her and she started talking to me about Link, I knew that I had to check it out because I had been dealing with issues for several years. A few years before that, I had found out that I had food allergies that I did not know about that were causing me a lot of inflammation. And at the same time, I had found out that I was extremely anemic. So there was just so many things going on. And for a few years, I practically became a health coach almost, with all the research, all the knowledge, all the searching up and down, to try to get my gut health back in order, get the inflammation back in order. And when I tried Link, I have this saying because I've always known about supplements. So I've always kind of had this little saying, this is a product that comes along every decade, right? And I had said that about a product before that, 10 years before that. And when Link came along and I started trying it, and I started looking into how these products are made, the research, the patents they have, what this product actually does, and how it is different than anything that has ever come before it. I realized after the first few months that I was looking at another once in a decade product. I've been taking this product for maybe 2 or 3 years now. With me developing another product that is a Christian product and not a supplement, there's times when you're so up and down financially. That's just the way that it is, right? And because I'm so focused on this other thing that I've been building for the last 4 years, there's been lots of ups and downs financially. And to me, my biggest testimony about Link is, if there is no other supplements in my house, Link is always there. It is the one thing I do not do without. And what it does for me is it helps with the fatigue. It helps with the inflammation. If I end up not having Link for a few days, I will notice that bloat coming to my gut. Of course, you're going to get some gas that you normally don't have. You'll be more gassy. I don't have those issues when I have Link. But let me tell you, when I don't have Link, my whole middle section is different. It feels different. And the fatigue is so much more noticeable. And I never really catch on until I've been out of Link for 2 or 3 days, which I do everything to make sure that doesn't happen. But every now and then, life takes over and you realize it's already Thursday and you think it's still Monday. And I go, what is going on here? And I'm feeling like something's not right. And then I realize, oh my gosh, I haven't taken my Link. And then, let me tell you, I get in a panic when I know I may be 3 or 4 days without it. So like I said, I tell people about Link all the time. I'm busy with something else that I'm building, but anytime someone talks to me about gut health, any kind of time somebody tells me they have leaky gut issues or any kind of major inflammation, I say, you got to go check out this product. This is truly a once in a decade product. I will stand by it any day. I know what it's done for me. I had a friend a couple of years ago that I told about it. He had colitis and he was bleeding from the rectum. And I mean, these are the kind of things we're going to talk about on these Zooms, right? So he was just miserable. He's a minister. He had to minister to people all the time, and this was just causing him the most incredible amount of stress. Plus it was scary too. When he got on Link, he took it almost immediately, the bleeding stopped. And he had this problem for like going on a year. He was getting real worried. So he started taking it, and I want to say he took it for almost a year, and he didn't have to take it anymore. The bleeding stopped, the problem stopped. So he kind of got recalibrated. As for me, I don't live without it. And, I can't really tell you more than it is the one supplement I will not go without. Over my probiotics, over my vitamin D, whatever you want to name, if it comes down to it, I'm grabbing the Link. If I have to run out the house with, if there's a fire, I'm going to grab like what do we grab? Our laptop and our Link. I don't know. But anyway, I encourage you or anyone that that is having any kind of gut issues, whether it be leaky gut, whether it be, colitis, or just anything in involving the gut, the lower gut, the intestines. This truly is a once in a decade product. No matter who you give it to, I promise you will get testimonies back. If you love someone who is suffering from some major fatigue and inflammation, I promise you it's probably connected to the gut. You need to do them a favor and, encourage them to order a bottle, because I believe from my own experience, within a couple of weeks, they will have if not sooner, they're going to have a noticeable difference before that bottle runs out. So if you have any questions for me, I'll take them. If not, that's pretty much all I have to say. This is just
Deanna, you forgot to say how your mood changes. Oh, sorry.
I think anybody on here that has dealt with that fatigue or with that, even though I'm very educated on, what to look out for, we all know what they're doing to the food. We all know that, just a few years ago, we already knew there was terrible ingredients, and we know how to look at those ingredients. But man, have you looked at ingredients lately? It's just the craziest things. So normally I'm looking for these certain ingredients and things like that. And if this happens to me when I don't have Link, it's going to affect my mood greatly. You just kind of get this flatline feeling of, I call it, it's kind of like, I feel like I have concrete in me or something, not in any particular location of my body, but just this heaviness comes over me. It's just kind of anything to do with the fatigue or the brain fog or just that flat kind of mood that you really don't need to be in if you're working. It amplifies, so that Link really helps with that. It's to the point now that I've been taking it long enough. If I start feeling just a little too yucky and I can't look back to yesterday and say, what did I eat yesterday? Did I get, hit with some unknown ingredient that I didn't know? Because I don't have to be crazy with it. I just have to be aware, and my first go-to is, did I take my link? Did I miss my link for a day or two? So I can just tell you, you or anyone you love will not be disappointed. This is absolutely, truly a once in a decade product. It's worth every penny. I can't do without it. And I think the best way to tell you what Link does for you is to take it and then go without it. I mean, that's really the best way for you to, because you may not be able to put your finger on it. Sometimes I had a drastic difference the first few weeks, and so did a few people that I've, told, suggested they try it out. But the best thing for me is I know when I don't take it. So that's pretty much it, unless Karen can think of something else I forgot.
Nope, I am. Thank you so much for your testimony. I do get the calls in the middle of the day or at night going, I'm running out. Make sure I get my order in. So
yeah, I'm panicky right now because I'm getting a bottle tomorrow morning.
yep, it went out.
I'm starting to. I truly do start to panic because, I just don't want to feel that heavy, extra fatigued feeling that kind of puts a damper on your plans for the day. Everything slows down without Link. That's pretty much the way I see it. Kind of
Thank
getting
you,
slow
Anna.
motion.
Yeah,
You're so
thank you.
welcome. I hope that gave you guys something to go on.
So I'm going to introduce our next guest, which is sitting here right here with me, and I'm going to speak for him. This is Hops. This is one of two of my little ones that I have here in Pensacola, Florida. But this one also is on Link on a daily basis. And the reason is because I don't know if you all have any pets that have allergies, or if you have pups. My pup has scratches all the time. He wants down now. Scratches all the time. Always is licking his paws. He just, to me, always looked like he was miserable because, he would take a couple steps and he'd be scratching, or he would be licking his paws, or he wakes me up in the middle of the night sometimes because it's so heavy that he's doing it through the night. And so I started him on Link, and noticeably different. Now, it hasn't gone 100% away. Don't make no mistake about that. But I did some research, and the immune system in the dogs are a lot like ours, and it is really just they have an allergy or they have issues with their immune system. So I was looking at all the dog medicines that were out there for this particular situation. And so then I was like, well, I have the best immune system, right? Preventer right there, corrector. And so I was like, I'm going to try Link. And I have to tell you, it makes a huge difference to him. And I know some other people have animals that also need it. Yeah, actually, Jerry's waving, right? Because I know his does too. My other one has anxiety, that's Malt, and he gets it also, but he also gets the Optimin because he has a little inflammation that causes because of his stress and anxiety, and it just makes a total difference. So I had to throw that in as one of the additional thoughts on Link. So from there, I'm going to go to my testimony, and I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Amora toner. Okay. I know that's Amora is not one that we talk about a lot because we have our trifecta, and that is so amazing. It sort of overpowers our Amora line. But now that it's coming to summer, I want to talk to you a little bit about what our toner does that you probably don't know about. A couple of things. So all of our Amora products are great, but I live here in Pensacola, Florida. Like I said, you can tell I'm in the sun a lot. I love the sun. Aging is going to be really rough, but I got Amora, so it's not that rough, right? But I use the toner as sometimes I get sunburned. And I have to tell you, the best thing for sunburn is not aloe, in my opinion. It is our toner. If you put our toner on a sunburn, I tell you what, it takes that sting out. And by the next morning, you can't even tell that you have a sunburn. Of course, that's going to depend on how badly you're burnt, but for the most part, that toner is amazing as far as keeping your skin supple and protecting you from all of the sunburn damage that you've gotten. It helps to heal that. In addition to that, I was always looking for, I dye my hair, I go into the ocean, I got a lot of salt in my hair, and I'm always looking for a very good leave-in conditioner for my hair. And one day I said, rice water, right? What has rice water? Our toner. So I started using our toner as my leave-in hair conditioner. And I have to tell you, you got to try it. It is amazing. Where my hair was brittle and it would break and it was really just really damaged because I do a lot in the sun and in the ocean. And it is just something else that you need to try because it literally saved my hair. I will go to the hairdresser and they will be like, I can't believe how much your hair has changed from, before the toner being used as a hair conditioner. So those are my two little shortcuts for you on the toner that you probably didn't think about, but I'm that rebel and I'm trying it for everything. So that using the toner for sunburn and for conditioning your hair, I would highly, highly recommend it. So, all right. So I'm about on schedule, which is never two words that you ever hear when you're talking about Karen and doing a presentation. Jerry's up there laughing, but I was told 20 minutes. So I'm at 7:18. So I hope, is there any questions out there that we can answer? I know David's on, Stu's on. Is there anyone that wants to take 2 minutes or give us another testimonial? All right. Well, you missed out, but hopefully you had a good night tonight. Thank you, Deanna, for your testimony. Thank you, Hops, for your testimony. And I hope you enjoyed mine. You all have a blessed night. And I need to say, was it Griselda? She's still on?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
I see
writing the
her. You
chat.
didn't jump on when I told you to. Okay, now to Griselda. She wants to give you an update on a meeting she's having.
Yes, tonight I'm writing the chat. Is there? It's in Spanish because if you have people in Spanish, and I send the link. It's at 10 my time, 9 p.m. in Mexico.
So
Mexico
10
City.
is your time where? 10 p.m.
Central time.
Okay, so 10 p.m. Central time. So plan according. If you have anyone that has Spanish, check in the chat. Griselda has put that in there. We would love to have you on tonight's call. And Griselda, we thank you for hosting that tonight. All right, everyone. Thank you so much and have a blessed night. And we have a great active week. Oh, wait a minute. I hear David.
No, I was just saying, great job. Sorry, I was out in my yard and